With the start of the WVIAC schedule, bring the Concord Mountain Lions win number 1. Welcome to sports, everyone. I'm Stephanie Farrat. After two 20-plus point losses in the first 2 weeks, could new coach Garin Justice add a win to his resume? Let's go to Charleston and find out. Here we are, Coach Ed Concord still looking for win number 1. As I said, we're going to go to the second quarter. Mountain Lions up here, 10-7 already, but this is Zach Rossi finding some time, getting it to Randall Hawkins for the touchdown, 17-7 over the Golden Eagles. Third quarter now, Rossi with the play action, and he'll find Ryan Stewart for the touchdown. But wait a second, there will be a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against the Mountain Lions. So here we go again, Grossi again, and this time he's just going to say, I want you right there, and I'll get you the ball, and there it is. Stewart again, the freshman, getting the touchdown, 24-7 Lions at this point. Charleston, trying to get something done, but look at this sack by Josh Miller, sitting on the ground, still able to grab the QB on third down for a turnover on downs, and Grossi deep to Tim Pritchard, who makes a beautiful adjustment to the play and gets down to the 5-yard line for the Mountain Lions. Grossi now trying to find, and he will, Rashid Baker for the touchdown. The Mountain Lions would go on to win 38-15. Junior Zach Rossi would throw for over 300 yards and find the end zone 5 times against the Golden Eagles. Brian Kennedy would add 55 yards on the ground for the Lions. So after 2 tough losses, what was it that ignited that Lions offense?
You know what? I think, last week we played a superior opponent with Elon, and the week before it was Lenore, and they kept us off the field offensively. So we knew we had it, and our young wideouts are finally growing up, and I think we saw that today.
And moving right along, the number 18 Mountaineers were in a border war today against the ACC's Maryland Terps. Could WVU put together 2 good halves to win in Baltimore? Let's find out. Here we go, Geno Smith and Mountaineers getting ready for this one. We're going to go to the first quarter, 3-0 Maryland, but Bernard Roberts is going to change all of that with this 9-yard touchdown run, making it 7-3 Mountaineers. Still in the first quarter now, Danny O'Brien, the sophomore, getting back, having all kinds of time, but that's going to be an interception. Terrence Garvin, and he's going to go for the 37-yard touchdown return, 14-3 Mountaineers, just like that in the first quarter. Second quarter, 17-3. Andrew Bowie finding some space and finding the end zone, 10-yard touchdown, 24-3 Mountaineers. Staying into the third quarter, Smith dropping back and now looking for the long bomb. It's going to be Stedman Bailey wide open for the 36-yard touchdown, 34-10. Still in the third quarter, the Terps starting to come back. This is DJ Adams on a 2-yard touchdown run. They would get the 2-point conversion to make it 34-31, but the Mountaineers would add a field goal, so it's 37-31. Danny O'Brien with a chance on 3rd and 8, and this one's going to be intercepted by Smith. The Mountaineers would hold on and win 37-31. Geno Smith probably still icing his arm after completing 36 of 49 passes for a career-high 388 yards and 1 touchdown. Bowie was the lead rusher for WVU, racking up 51 yards. Sophomore Danny O'Brien went through the air a bunch, but wasn't as successful, throwing for 3 interceptions. The number 13 Hokies returned home today after just barely beating East Carolina. Virginia Tech looked to start putting more points on the board. Let's see if they could do it at Lane Stadium. David Wilson all in white today. The Hokies would be against Arkansas State. First quarter, 7-2 Arkansas State, but Thomas is going to find DJ Coles, and Coles is going to just be a foot race that he usually wins. A 49-yard touchdown, 9-7 Hokies in the first. Same score now, Thomas looking back and finding Danny Cole, and it's going to be a little underthrown, but Cole, a great play, a 44-yard catch. So after a 1st and goal and 2nd goal, we're going to go to 3rd and goal. Thomas back looking, will find Cole in the back of the end zone, 16-7 Hokies. Second quarter now, it's going to be the senior David Wilson right through the middle of the pile, 3-yard touchdown. The Hokies go on to beat Arkansas State 26-7. Tech's defense held the Red Wolves to only 64 total yards on the ground. Logan Thomas found 292 yards in the air along with 2 touchdowns. The sophomore did, however, turn the ball over twice. David Wilson rushed for 88 yards in the win. And in other ACC news, the University of Pittsburgh and Syracuse University have both applied to join the ACC, which would leave the Big East without its two longest members. Florida State president says he suspects that consideration will be done quickly. Pitt and Syracuse won't be the first teams to leave the Big East for the ACC. Miami, Boston College, and Virginia Tech all switched conferences in 2004 and 2005. For schools to leave the Big East, they must pay $5 million and give a 27-month notice. However, the notice can be negotiated, so now we will just have to wait and see. Marshall put on a nice show last week in their home opener against Southern Mississippi, but could they keep the good looks going as they traveled to Athens for the battle for the bell against Ohio University? The answer would be no, as the Thundering Herd fall to OU 44-7. Freshman Rakeem Cato only completed 9 passes for 119 yards, but threw 4 interceptions and was eventually benched for A.J. Graham. The Bobcats' Tyler Tettleton got 285 yards in the air with 3 touchdowns, and OU's rushing game rushed for over 250 yards on the night. Marshall plays Virginia Tech next week. And switching gears to NASCAR now, the Nationwide Series continued in Chicago. And with the chase starting tomorrow, this would be a nice trial run for some drivers. Let's go to Chicagoland Speedway. Here we are in this one. Carl Edwards starting 10th in this race, but 77 laps to go. Edwards would be in the lead, but his car stalls out coming into pit row. He would be out of fuel, so he drops to 5th place. But here it is. Keselowski would take first, but 61 to go. Edwards would pass Elliott Sadler to take third, and he would eventually finish second. Keselowski would get the win, his first win defending nationally championship since July. And the chase, which does go green tomorrow, will start at 2 p.m. and Nat Kenseth will be sitting at the pole spot. But for now, that's all in sports news. We'll be right back.